So let's review some of the main concepts we went over today for Fast Food Nation, the article about the chemicals, artificial and natural flavors of our food. Now, we talked about the main idea of this essay and the introduction, that the intro started with a cause and effect, problem and solution paragraph. How McDonald's had a problem. They could not put this beef tallow in their fries anymore. So what did they do? They ended up using an artificial flavor or natural flavor to keep their fries tasting good. Now this sets up the thesis of the article, the essay, that we need to be aware as consumers how many artificial and natural flavors are in our processed food and how much processed food is in our diet, and how powerful this industry is. Those are like the big main ideas of this excerpt from Fast Food Nation. Today we were finishing the reading of 359 to 368. It's not as long as it sounds because there's some big pictures, and then the final page is only like a block of a paragraph. You do not need to take notes in the same way that I'm doing. In fact, less is probably more. I was using the flow map. I'm really good at identifying now the shifts of main ideas. Most of you will probably be just jotting down the main ideas and key details, maybe a quote or two that seemed notable in a listing effect, which is fine. A bulleted list is totally fine. You can use your notes on tomorrow's reading assessment. So when we're looking at my flow map, notice I've got the intro and I got some key details listed underneath. I've also noted it's an anecdote. It's a problem and solution story. Then we practiced 364 text structures. I went over some key text structures of paragraphs. Compare and contrast, cause and effect, problem and solution, a list, sequence, timeline, description. Be patient with yourselves. This is a concept you're going to get at mastery rather quickly, but you're going to need to hear it a few times and play around with the knowledge in your mind. And then you'll be like, oh, I see how paragraphs are text structures. You'll know compare and contrast when you see it. It's pretty obvious. You also know when somebody gives you directions and you write them down, well, that's a sequence of order. A story is often called a timeline. Problem and solution is what the intro was. So on 364, we looked at 3 paragraphs and we determined their text structures. That first paragraph, problem and solution. The second one was a long listing of the chemicals in a strawberry shake from Wendy's. Do we need to remember all those chemicals? Absolutely not. I didn't even read the paragraph. I knew exactly what the writer was doing. He's trying to shock us with the fact that look at all these chemicals in this common food, something that we might even buy my kids occasionally as a treat. Then the third paragraph was compare and contrast, looking at how natural and artificial flavors often are really about the same thing. So we're practicing note-taking, we're practicing main ideas and key details. We're also thinking now as a writer, text structures, because we're going to apply this knowledge to our own writing in the research paper in about a week and a half. Good luck. You may use your notes on tomorrow's reading assessment. I also will be collecting your notes digitally on Google Classroom. Peace out.